Hey, I'm going to walk you through an application today using just two brushes. I'm going to use the 3D brush, which is kind of our OG. A lot of people get away with just this brush, and my favorite brush, the detail brush. So I'm going to use, and again, the order doesn't matter. So if you want to contour first because you're nervous about your placement, if you're new to contouring, I was new to contouring, that's something you can do. It really doesn't matter which order you do it in. I mean, I like blush last, not first, but everything's gonna blend together in one layer. So as far as when you do which step, it's really not important. It's more about where you're applying it and how much you're applying. So go light with the light color and dark with the dark color. You should look crazy when you do your contour. It should be a little bit scary, especially if you're not used to it. And the more you get used to contouring, you're gonna wish like, look, what in the world was I doing before contouring? Like, why was I not doing that? So if you notice the contour is a little drier, so when I'm picking up the highlight, I'm barely having to dab it in there. But when I pick up the contour, I do have to like, not dig my brush in, but it's a little harder to pick up product. And that's for a reason. The contour is drier so that it stays in one place better, okay? So I'm gonna apply my highlight color first. This is called the 3D brush. Back in time, it was called the 30-second hack brush because it is known for being nice and quick. So we are all about that because all us ladies are overworked and underpaid and in a hurry. So I'm going to do that where a man would have a beard. So about as high up as a beard would go, right? That's about what tells me where I'm going to stop and start contouring. If I wanted to, like if I had something in that area I needed to cover, so I do have some spots. I don't care that much about those. Nobody's getting that close to my face. But if you did have something, you could go ahead like some redness and apply a really light layer above the beard area, right? But I know I'm going to go and put my contour there, which is part of my foundation. So I pretty much just avoid it. You'll find you need kind of more product near the bottom of your face, okay? So that's what I've done with my highlight color. And I've done my nose. So beard and nose, a little bit between my brows, not much. I found you almost need nothing on your forehead. You're not really covering anything up there. So why put makeup where you don't need it? Let your skin show through. Okay, so I'm gonna go next into my contour color. I could go ahead and do under eye now. Like I said, the order doesn't matter. So with the contour, I'm switching to my detail brush and I am picking up a little more. So instead of just dabbing it, now you see I'm dragging it a little bit. I'm gonna feel and find where my cheekbones are. You can see I'm kind of coming up from under it a little bit. And I'm never gonna go, I can feel when it starts to get squishy, I'm never gonna go past that pupil. That's my guideline of when to stop. And if you're trying to slim your face, so unless you have a narrow face, most of us are trying to make it look a little slimmer. I'm kind of coming down, okay? And have you see how it tapers into a little point? So that's what I'm doing. So it's dark, right? It should look a little scary, but already on that side, my cheekbones look higher than the other side. Can you see that? How much it's lifted my face? Okay, so stamping that on, or you can drag it if you're in a hurry. We'll drag it. I'm all about that. Okay, we're usually in a hurry. Got 3 little boys, and I'm kind of spreading it out at the back. So your contour shape ends up being a 3. I'm gonna get it under here, make it look like I have a sharper jawline. Don't eat as much Chick-fil-A, but I do. Okay, as many French fries. So here's part of the 3, and then the top is my forehead. So I've got a big forehead, so that's not where I want the focus of my face. So I'm gonna darken that area. Okay, just like you bronze your forehead too, because that's where you would get hit by the sun. And if you were drawing a face, you would darken that to make it look more spherical, right? So we're just giving dimension to our face. We don't want to take it away by doing one light color. Okay, now I have my contour done in my 3. See, it's a little 3. If you mess up, it's fine. It's all gonna blend. It's no big deal. Now I love taking the side of this brush. I do love a cooler contour for my nose. Shadow's a great one for it. Astoria. And I'm just gonna draw the side of this brush a little line down and make my nose look more narrow than it is. See how I did that? If you are nervous about using the brush, you can draw them with your fingers. Some people put 2 fingers together and draw it, but that's what I'll do. And I'll also give myself a little love under my lip to make it look like I have a shadow there, to create the illusion that my lip is like hanging over, creating a shadow because it's so nice and plump. It's not. Okay, and now we're gonna move to under eye. I like to switch to this end of the brush. Now I have to do an extra step and I color correct under eye. So I'm using a lip and cheek color called Frenchie, very lightly with this small end of the detail brush to give myself a little orangeness to cancel out the blue. Very little. So the more product you put under your eye, the more texture you're going to show. And that's the area we don't want texture in. Okay, so I add that first. Okay, and next I'll go in with my brightening highlight. So you may need to mix the two, because if I just go in with this color that's way light, look how much lighter that is compared to my all over color, it's going to show texture. If a color is too light, it shows texture. So what I want to do is I want to mix my all over and my lighter color. And that's what, which I also already have that Frenchy down first, that lip and cheek color. So I've got something so that that light color is not going straight on my skin. So you can do this with the small end of the detail brush, or you can go back in. So I'm going into my all over color and then a little bit of the brightener color. And you see under eye, I need some extra love. So I'm kind of stippling it on, but I'm not using a lot of product. I just want to spread around what I'm using. Okay, I even spread some on my eyelids too to brighten those up, because see the darkness on them? So it helped brighten that up a little bit. I'm gonna go all the way to the end of my nose and meet the contour line. I'm not gonna do it just where the circle is. And already, like, it's so much brighter. That's what's really giving that three-dimensional look to my face. Like, look how there's no illuminator there. It's that contrast creating those like cheekbones, that giving accentuation to my cheekbones. So I'm mixing in the two colors because you don't want a color that's too light, again, right under your eye, and you want very little product. Hopefully you can see that, like, there's not texture there. If you're getting texture under your eye, make sure your color there is not too light. Put something else down first, mix it in with your all over. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that light color, again with the small end of the detail brush, that's what it's for, is detail work. I'm gonna go up between the two dark lines I did, and a little between my brows. I can do some fun stuff like accentuating my lip there, right? My lack of stuff like that. Okay, little extra brightness, and now a little washed out. So let's give some blush some color. Now I can do that. I like to do that with the blush bronzer brush, but I'm trying to show you just these brushes today. So I suppose I would use this end that we did our all over color with, and I would just tap that right over top of the contour, kind of a little above. Now your blush placement, there's different people prefer different things. I'm gonna give myself some color there on the apples of my cheeks. And then back, okay? So that is your basic application with the detail and the 3D brush. And then you can blend around. Again, I like to have that blush bronzer brush to do my blending. You can use a perfector sponge to blend and to pick up any excess product. That's kind of a preference. And remember, your cheek colors can be used on your lips as well, okay? Except my lips are too small to use with my finger. I need a small brush, the multitasker. All right, that's it. Enjoy. There you go, some dimension.